Hello everyone, it's me, Nancy Finch. Another Monday. Tea with Nan. How are you all? I've got my end cup today, so I'm doing a lovely tea with Nan, and it's been a lovely weekend. I hope you've all had a nice weekend, celebrating a Jubilee or doing whatever you wanted to do. We had a lovely time on the square, so it was lovely. I hope you're all well. Join me with a cuppa. Today we're going to be talking about not taking things personally, okay? There's nobody on here just yet. I'm just going to wait so someone can say hi, because I love sending you big hugs all the time on a Monday. I do that quite often and I love doing it. I've got somebody on, 2 people on already. Hi, whoever that is. I'm going to send you a big hug. Oh, Christina, hello darling. It's lovely to see you. Lovely. I hope you're enjoying your day so far. Join me for a cuppa and relax. Today's subject is going to be about not taking things personally, okay? We've all been guilty of doing that. We've all been taking that feeling of, oh, they meant to hurt me, or this is, bad towards me, whatever. I mean, we've all had those moments, haven't we? And some people can be affected by what we say to them, and words can hurt people without even realizing. So we quite often take things personally, and that is really bad for a person, because physically, emotionally, you're taking on some feelings that you don't want to feel. Hi, Anne. Oh, that's lovely that you're here, darling. Yeah, so, I mean, why do we do it? Why do we take it personally? Well, oh, Yvonne, hi darling, that's lovely. I'm glad you're here too. Happy Monday to you. We take things personally because we like to think that people are going to treat us the way we would treat them. We kind of think, well, okay, I wouldn't do that to that person, or I wouldn't say that. But we often measure ourselves like that. I'm in for once. Oh yes, you are, Annie. Lovely. It's a bit, not sure what the weather's doing, so enjoy your day, whatever you're doing. So we take it personally. We tend to think, well, I wouldn't have said that, but they've said that to me, and how do I feel about that? Well, our inner child can react against that. We can be stressed. We can be worried about it. We can overthink so many things. We overthink. People say something and they perhaps didn't mean it that way, and we're overthinking it. We're assuming that they meant to hurt us or whatever, but quite often people don't. And they're just being who they are. It defines them, not us, as being worthy of whatever we're being offended by. So it's really important that we sort of step back from that reaction and think, okay, am I taking this personally? Is it just something that's what defines them? When we get all stressed and worried and we overthink things, it takes down our emotional balloon. It certainly does that, but it also takes down some of these chakras. It affects stress-wise, your stomach area, your spine. You'll feel tiny in a big world. You'll feel less. It can undermine your confidence, and it can make you feel less, as I said, as a person in this world. So you want to make sure you're feeling all you can be. Thank you for the heart. That's lovely. So it also affects your base here. That's your main battery. Now, if you're going to worry about what they've said, hi Julie, then of course this one will go down. And when this goes down, you don't fix very well. And do you know what? By the law of attraction as well, because you're feeling you've taken it personally, your confidence is knocked, or you feel hurt by them. Oh, thanks for the hearts. Then you attract more of it, because you're going to, by the law of attraction, whatever you're feeling, you're attracting more of. And that's something that most people don't realise. So if you're a person that sort of thinks, well, I've always been very sensitive, that's fine. But you can choose how you want to react, When I was a kid, I got bullied quite a lot at school, different schools I went to. And I didn't know what I know now. I didn't know I had a choice. And every time I thought, oh, I'm going to get bullied again, I would be bullied again. And I would take everything personally. When, of course, the bullies just are who they are. They probably had stories of their own that made them do that. I'm not saying it's okay to treat a person that way, but sometimes you can offer compassion to that situation as well, because quite often they are just reacting against their own stuff. So it's really good if you could not take it personally. So I made up, when my children were small, they all had issues with, bullies at school. And I remember, or situations, and I remember making up something for my son, and he was having some issues. And I said, right, okay, don't take it personally, but don't take it. Now there's an action. You're not taking it personally. It's kind of like having a barrier. You're not going to let that feeling come into you. You're not going to let it affect you or undermine you. So you kind of got this barrier going on, but you've also not taking it. That means some action is going to change that from happening again. And that's what we need to do. We need to take control over it, and then we won't be afraid, because that's what happens too. When we feel we're being attacked, we're afraid, or we feel insecure. So if we can just say, don't take it personally to yourself, but don't take it. That means you're not going to put up with anything that doesn't make you feel good. You know, if people are intending to hurt your feelings, or you get that experience, you can just protect yourself from that and avoid being with that person or situation again, if you can. Okay, so that's what you've got to do. Wayne Dyer said, it's none of my business what other people think of me. Okay, it's only my business what I think of me. And he was right. He was right. It's because people have their own perception of you, don't they? Oh, all right, Julie. It's nice to see you on here, darling. So yeah, people perceive, you know, they perceive you as what they do, and they might not know you at all. They might presume something, and we all know that that's not a good thing either. But they might just think you're something that they are, and you're not. So they might attack you for not being like them. But the best thing to do, I find, with this is to link this with my Find Your Tribe. I said when did I do that? Find Your Tribe is on the 28th of the 3rd, Tea with Nan. If you go back to that, you'll be able to see, find your tribe. I mean, you're not putting up with how that person makes you feel, whether they intended it or not. And if you do that gauge again, 1 to 10, and 1 being unhappy and 10 being really happy with that person around you, if it's under 5, if how they make you feel is a measurement of under 5, then I've got this little rhyme. Get out. If it's under 5, get out, survive. Over 5, you've met your tribe. And so people like to write that down, or to remember it and to measure it, because not everybody's the same as each other and nobody's right or wrong, but we don't have to be with people who don't get us or who might have a little dig at us now and again for not being the same as they are. Bless them. Another thing I've got is remove the now. Okay, that's in the red section of my Nan Talks. If you go to www.nancyfinch.co.uk, there's a little chart there. Just click on the red. Oh, hi, John. Nice to see you, my dear cousin. And Sally, you're here too. Thank you for joining us. So go onto my website and click onto the red, and you'll see lots of talks there. But one of them is remove the now, and that's quite a good one, because that just allows you, gives you more courage to move away from a situation or people that don't make you feel good. And you've got to keep your emotional balloon high. Another one is measure up, which is quite good, because measure up is kind of the same kind of thing, but you're doing it with a situation or your job, or, you know, place, an environment maybe. And measure up was on the 28th of the 2nd on Tea with Nans. So yeah, I've got a little bit of paper here to remind me. But my mum used to say to me, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can also hurt me. Yes. Well, that's part of something that Ruby Redford said, quote by, I looked it up today, but my mum used to say that little bit, you know, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can also hurt me. And they can, but only if you let them. Okay. Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you, darling. I hope you're enjoying your Monday. So don't let them in. Don't let words come into you and affect how you feel about yourself, or about, you know, your body is going to suffer, your mind is going to suffer, your inner child is going to suffer, because he or she will take it personally. Oh, hi, Kirsty. Nice to see you, darling. Happy Monday. So we're talking about why we're not going to let people's words or actions affect us. We don't have to take it, but we're not going to let that poison, that feeling into your body. Because if you let it into your body, you're hurting yourself, and of course you're attracting more of it, which is not good. Oh, that's nice. I've got little hearts again. Thank you, Kirsty. So, and we don't want to really assume anything about another person, because they might have their own issues. Like I say, one of the bullies I had as a child, I remember I didn't realise until I looked into the situation more, but it turned out that she was being bullied and she had hassle at home, and there was lots of issues going on there. All she was doing was projecting more of that onto other people. Okay, so it didn't mean it was okay to have a go at me when I was a child, but I did have compassion for her once I realised what she was going through. It was a lot worse than what I was going through. So if we can not take it personally, just Think to yourself, I'm not taking it personally, I'm just not taking it. Then you can remove yourself from that situation, or better still, talk to the person about it, whoever that person might be that's offending you. And also, you can get into a habit of being offended. So many people can get into a habit where they think, oh, I'm so sensitive, people are always having a go at me. And so they're more sensitive to that. And actually they read into something when it isn't meant to be hurting them. It's just something that someone said and they're just overthinking it. And we're all guilty of that, especially me. I used to overthink everything. I used to go for days and days thinking about things. And what does that do? It hurts your crown chakra, it hurts your inner child. Oh, wouldn't make you feel good. In fact, as I say, attracts more stress and worry into your life. So how many people here have, given away their energy or their power to a situation or a person because they felt bullied, or they felt they were taking it personally? It could just be a simple word or two, a sentence. And it stirs and stirs and stirs around until it gets bigger in our heads. But we're actually giving away our power when we do that. We're giving away our energy. And that is not a good thing. Because, one, if they did mean to actually hurt us with that, whatever they're projecting onto us, we've just given them more. Given the power, giving them the thoughts is going to actually give them the power. And we don't want to do that because that's bad enough. They've done it already. And if they don't mean to hurt you, well, you're conserving your energy. And you're interested. Another one I've got a little saying, I'm interested but not involved. Be interested why they had to say that or do that, but don't be involved with your reaction to it. Just step away from it and have a think. Am I taking this personally? I've got a choice. Okay, so it's really good. Remove the Nail will help you do that if you listen to the talk. Measure Up will help you to evaluate what you're feeling, which is quite good. Find Your Tribe will help you tremendously. Your tribe needs to be someone who gets you, who doesn't make you feel attacked in any way, that you don't ever take things personally with them because they just make you feel comfortable. It's living an easier life, don't you think? So, yeah, and another one is 3 V's, by the way. I forgot to mention that. That's in the orange section of my Nan Talks. And, oh, hi, Faye. Lovely to see you, darling. So, the 3 V's, I mean, if someone was to say something and you're now feeling, oh, that hurt my feelings or that made me feel bad, then you could immediately, apart from walking away from that situation, thinking about it, you could say the 3 V's to yourself. I value me, I validate me, I very much love me. Hi, Wendy. And so if you say those things to yourself, you're soothing your inner child and you're giving yourself value. And you're less likely to attract any more of those situations where you would have taken it personally. So it is quite a good thing to remember. And their behaviour towards you defines them, not you. It doesn't mean that you are worthy of that attack or the harsh words or whatever you're taking personally. So you don't have to feel that. Thank you for the hearts and thank you for the cuddles. That's lovely. What better way to start a Monday, eh? The whole week is now set up. You're going to have a lovely time. Oh, thank you, Julie. Oh, it's really nice of you to say I make you feel better. That's what I want to do. I work on my inner child a lot. And I want to feel better, and I want you to feel better about things, because I used to be the most sensitive, honestly, really stressed out person all my life. And it took me a while before I took a handle on it and thought, what can I do? Well, it's all about how we choose to react. We're not a victim to our feelings. We're a master of them if we can only just step back and think about that and support our own inner child with that. So next time someone says something to you and you think, oh, that wasn't very nice, and you feel yourself taking it personally, just quote yourself that little thing, don't take it personally, but don't take it. I love making that up and it really works. Step away from it, think about it. If you feel you need to challenge a person on it, do it with love. Because you don't know what they're feeling and you don't know if they meant to do that. We could be assuming. I've done that before as well. So you assume someone doesn't like you because they've said something or they've treated you a certain way, and it might not be that at all. So if you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe and share. And yeah, and go back to listen to some of those talks or the Tea with Nans, because they're very good. They support what I'm saying here. So have a think about this. Have you taken things personally last week? If someone said something or someone not said something, perhaps someone's not doing something for you and you feel that, you feel bad about that, you feel in some way that you are a victim to what they're doing or saying, then just step away. Are they your tribe? And if they're not, then you don't have to be with them, or be less time with them, and don't put yourself in a situation where your inner child is always going to be feeling, lack of confidence because she or he is taking it personally. So you've got to protect yourself a little bit from people, because as much as we all want to get on and be together, people will say things to each other. Families can take it personally. They can feel that they want to be a tribe, you see, and everybody wants that connection. But when they're not feeling it and they're not getting treated the way they would treat a person, then they of course they're going to think it's deliberate. And it isn't half the time, I tell you. So be aware, just be aware of what you're feeling and what you're taking on, because it would be lovely if you could just be a very high vibration for yourself, for your body, for your world, because what we are, we give this vibe out. And if we can be happy and content, and we keep ourselves in that place, not being brought down by someone's words, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can also hurt me, if you let them. So let's not give away our energy, our power. Let's not take those words in. You wouldn't put poison in your water, but we take those poisonous feelings into ourselves. Hi Jane, I was hoping you'd be here, darling. It's lovely to see you. So don't take those feelings into yourself, because they hurt you. Your cell energy won't like it. The rest of your chakras I talked about won't like it. You're going to feel bad or unwell, or you're going to have some effect from that if it goes on a long time, because that's what happens. It's all on the inside, isn't it? I mean, a thought produces a feeling, and a feeling will open or shut to the stomach area. It goes straight there. It kind of feels like a little fist or tension in there. You might notice it, but we need that area to be working well, because your spine will work better, your nerves, your trio nerves will be better, your muscles will work better, loads of things, and you'll feel happier and more confident. And that's what you want to be, especially when you're mixing with people again. You need to set boundaries, you need to think about it, but don't take it personally. So have a go at that. It's a little game you can be aware of this week. I don't know how you got on last week, but it's all very nice to have a think about what we talk about today, okay? And share this with everybody, because a lot of people are very sensitive, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we've got to make sure that we, as much as being sensitive, we are aware of not taking on anyone else's stuff or feelings. I mean, as I say, they don't often mean it. Families are like this as well. I had somebody in last week, and they were talking about how the family are always upsetting them, always saying the wrong things, and it's not deliberate half the time. They're just being who they are. So if that makes sense to any of you, please come back to me. Tell me how you got on with it. www.nancyfinch.co.uk is my website, and my email is nancyfinch@hotmail.co.uk. Got to read it, otherwise I'll get it wrong, because I'm very dyslexic. So don't give away your power. Don't take it personally. And maybe just remember that little sentence I made up. Don't take it personally, but don't take it. Because then you can do something about it. You're not a doormat. You're going to be someone who actually responds with love, if you can, or with kindness, and handle that situation in a different way, rather than a sensitive person taking it in and letting it spin round and round and round for days and days. And that only breeds to more resentment, doesn't it? And we don't need that either, because resentment is quite a toxic thought, really, feeling inside your body. It actually affects here, your heart. So you don't want to be resenting anything. You want to do something about it. And remove the nail talk I did. It's got a funny little story that goes in there with that. So I'll let you discover that when you listen to it. But you can take action, and you can move away from that situation or that person and be interested but not involved. Otherwise, if you're involved, you're taking that feeling into your heart, your body, and of course you're attracting more of it as well. We give the vibe out, I'm worthy. If we are being sort of, how can I put this, being more valuing ourselves more. If we value ourselves, that's the best description of it. If you value yourself enough to remove yourself from a situation or a person that you feel is toxic, then that is a wonderful thing, because then you'll be able to be more yourself. But if you don't value yourself, you become a doormat, you just let people walk all over you, and then you let it happen again and again. That's not serving you, the world, or anything. But as I say, a lot of people don't mean to say the things they do, and so we have a choice. Okay, choose to be. If you're going to assume anything, imagine that they didn't even know them. They were going to hurt your feelings with that. They're unaware of it, and then that way, you're telling your inner child that she or he doesn't deserve it, and it's fine. It's all fine, because it's just something that people do, and people are people. So I hope that makes sense, guys. I really love sharing my stuff with you. I hope you're all going to have a wonderful week and really enjoy yourself. Being you, be your authentic self, and be sensitive if you want to be, but just don't take anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. Hi Sam, nice to see you, darling. Yeah, but just remember that for next time. It might not happen to you. You might not feel that anyone's having a go at you. You might feel that you're loved by everyone. That's brilliant if you do. But there's going to be an odd moment or two, isn't there? Or you see somebody else taking it personally. Maybe you could help them. Maybe you could help them by saying, saying what we've talked about today. Don't take it personally, but don't take it. And as Wayne Dyer said, it defines them really, not you. It defines them as people who behave that way. Maybe they've got their story, like I said. Maybe they're just projecting what they've been feeling. Maybe they're just as hard on themselves as they might be towards you. So it's a good thing to remember. And I hope you have fun measuring your tribe. It's very good, because once you measure, under 5 get out, survive, over 5 you met your tribe, you are being selective where you place your energy. It's a lovely thing to do. Oh, thank you, Julie. That's so lovely. I like all the green hearts. They're clever. Oh, thank you, my darlings. Oh, well, I think that's it, really. I thought I'd be talking a lot more about this subject, but don't give away your power, and don't take in toxic thoughts and feelings. Don't let anyone's words hurt you. Just don't allow it. Protect yourself from them, from people who don't really mean to hurt us if they do. So, have a wonderful week, guys. I love being here for you. I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week. And go on my website, enjoy some of the talks and the meditations, and I shall see you again very soon. So give yourself a big hug from me. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you, Kathy. That's lovely. That's really sweet of you. Oh, well, lots of love to all of you, and have a wonderful week. And just remember to keep your emotional balloon high. That is a choice. Nobody can affect that if you don't want them to. Don't let their words or their actions affect you. Keep yourself here, okay? Because a lot of people are fearful, and that fear can turn into aggression, and that aggression can turn into nasty words. And before you know it, you're taking it personally. Oh, maybe I could talk forever. Anyway, lots of love to you all. Have a lovely week. Be happy, and I shall see you again next week, okay? Namaste. Be kind to yourself, okay? Bye, everybody. Lots of love.